Hello, everyone. Kristen David here, and I am joined today with Steph Tuss. We are super excited about the upcoming data-driven leadership workshop in August. Steph, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
So listen, we've got this big event coming up and we've got a number of great speakers, yourself being one of them. And I wanted to give people a little flavor, a little peek behind the scenes of what some of the content we're going to be talking about at the leadership workshop. And I know this is one of your favorite topics because people think of them as difficult conversations with team members when they really need to recognize they can be easy conversations if they just have the right framework. Do you want to give them a little peek at some of the discussion we're going to have at the workshop on how to go from that mindset of difficult conversation to easy conversation?
Yeah, absolutely. And, really, Kristen, it all starts with data, right? Data to me is just a whole bunch of clues. It tells you what's working, what's not working, what needs to be addressed, and what doesn't need to be addressed. And in my, almost 20-year career in small business now, what I've noticed is that one of the biggest reasons business owners avoid actually looking at their data is because if they actually looked at their data, then they'd have to do something about it. And doing something about it means conflict. And most people are raised conflict averse. Like, it's not okay for you to be in conflict in school. It's not okay for you to talk back to your teacher. It's not okay for you to rock the boat or create waves, right? So we've all been brought up, not all of us, but a large majority, the people that I talk to anyway, have been brought up with this understanding that conflict is a bad thing. And so when you're a business owner and you haven't thought about the fact that you're going to have to be in conflict in your business, you just like doing the thing in your business. And then all of a sudden you have a team and you have lots of money coming in and out of your business, and you have metrics and you have data and you have paid advertising and you have, cost per lead and you have cost per, numbers are, I find that people are averse to actually looking at their numbers because then they have to actually have a difficult conversation with someone, whether it's an outside outsourced team or whether it's people that are within their own team. And then that brings up all kinds of concerns about, well, if I say something to this person, then are they going to think I'm a bad person? Are they going to think I'm a bitch? Can you say that on Facebook? Are they going to think I'm a terrible leader? Like, what are people going to think? Are they all going to leave? And so it creates this monkey mind in a business owner's brain that keeps them from doing the things necessary to grow and take care of their business. So what I'm really excited about in the workshop is I'm going to actually talk about how you can embrace conflict, but not just for yourself, for your team. So I've got an exercise I'm really excited to share that's going to help you actually bring conflict and turn it from a negative thing to a positive thing in your business to create common language so that you can actually have conversations that are where you're an ally rather than feeling like an adversary. Because let's be honest, most conflict, most difficult conversations are difficult because it feels like this. It feels like you against them or them against you. Well, when you can reframe how you look at this, it's actually like this, with you next to them and you supporting them. So I'm really excited to teach a whole entire session, have lots of conversations with people at the event about that topic. Because if you can reframe how you think about conflict and actually how your entire team relates to conflict from a culture perspective, man, that's freedom. Because then all you need to do is act in what's the best interest of the company and everybody benefits.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Our word of the year at Upleveling Your Business is innovation. And we already know next year's term is implementation because it's another core one that goes with innovation. But I also think that I know I've heard you talk about the fact that like conflict is normal in organizations and innovation can't happen until there is some, but I think it's like you said, it's the side by side. It's the ability to have those open discussions and be okay with a little bit of conflict and knowing how to use that to create that innovation, to create that opportunity for people to have conversations, not just employer to employee, but like between them as well.
You're not going to have a successful business if you don't allow healthy conflict. period. Like, you're not going to innovate. You'll be the person in charge. You'll be making all the decisions. If you're a business owner that has decision fatigue, and if you hear decision fatigue and you immediately know what I mean, then you're a business owner that has decision fatigue. If you've got decision fatigue, then that's a marker that you've got an issue with conflict in your business, because you should have people making decisions all the time for themselves and for others that are in the best interest of the company. And team members won't do that if there's not a culture of healthy conflict. And the other thing you can think about in terms of conflict is just stop using the word conflict and go to debate. Right? Everybody, it's a debate. Like, who has, like, what's the best idea? And let's debate this. What are the pros? What are the cons? Where it's more of a meritocracy, where the best idea wins, rather than the person who's the loudest wins, or the person who's deemed the most important to the organization wins.
I love that. One of the terms I use a lot is noodle. Let's, why don't you all noodle on this? Like, kind of pros, cons, think it through, talk it out. I actually got that from Think and Grow Rich. That was the original title, was use your noodle, make a boodle. And the editor was like, yeah, no, that doesn't work. And instead he changed the title of the book to Think and Grow Rich, which, as we all know, has worked out well for them. But
Yeah.
I do like the term noodle, because it's kind of like debate, but it's kind of like a little softer, but gives them an opportunity to chat. So yes, and I know Elise Bowie is one of our other speakers, Victoria Collier, Anna Ganouni. They all bring to the table different elements. Like Anna, for instance, has done financial accountings and forensic accounting. So like pulling that data. She's also been a firm administrator for a dozen plus years, and like managing people with data, right? And Elise says data plus narrative, and it's all about understanding how those numbers and those metrics tie in with humans, and understanding what's going on.
Yes, exactly. Like you say noodle, in any organization that I plug into, if I come with an idea, my first phrase to them is, all right, poke holes in it.
There you go.
Poke holes. Like, come on, poke holes. What am I not seeing? Where am I wrong here? Poke holes. So noodling and poking holes are two really good things.
We're going to have like the best words of the conference. We're going to have like a big board over there with like our favorite terms of art.
But what I'm really excited about, what I really love about what you're doing in terms of hosting is, this is real applicable information, right? Sometimes you go to a big seminar or you watch something on Zoom and you sit there and you take notes, and then you close the notebook and you set it aside and you think, wow, that was some really great information. And then it actually never gets implemented. With this, I know everyone's focus, Anna, Tori's, Elisa's, mine, yours, all of our focus is on giving really practical things that can be implemented immediately upon returning to the office or the business or the Zoom room with your team. So this isn't like all high theory. This isn't things that we're just going to regurgitate to you that we've all read in books. These are things that we've all experienced and tried and learned the hard way and worked around to get to work for ourselves and for others. So I'm really excited for people that are coming in, because they're going to leave with a whole toolbox full of things that can be implemented immediately without a lot of heavy lifting.
Absolutely. And that's where I love having the different sessions, but then the breaks where we can actually talk about this between each other, and applicability and follow-up questions, and really anchoring in, because sometimes you don't even realize something's possible or hadn't thought of it from that perspective. And then you hear it, and then you need to kind of anchor that in. And then it's like, okay, I'm good. Now I know what I want to work on or what I need to do. But it's hard when you just do an online seminar and it's arm's length away. You're not really immersed in it. I love that we're doing a few more in-person workshops this year for that reason, is to give people the space to really absorb the situation and consider how they're going to use it, and not just turn off the Zoom and be done for the day. So
yeah. Something magical happens when you're eating or sitting across the table from someone else. You get answers that you didn't even realize you were looking for.
Yeah. Well, something's magical every time I get together with you or Elise or Victoria or Anna, which is why, sometimes we do these as dinner parties and, with just us. And this time we get to open it up and have a whole bunch of people join us and be parts of those conversations. So, well, listen, thank you for jumping on with us today. If you were to leave people with one last nugget of why you think they should really, book a plane, get there, be there in person, what would you say to that person who's on the cusp of going ahead and pulling the trigger on this?
I think the big thing is if you feel like you can't say no to something in your business, then you're a victim of it. So if you can't have a difficult conversation with an employee, or you can't express how you're feeling about something, then that means you're a victim of it and you're actually not empowered, which isn't good for your business, and it certainly isn't good for you. So coming to this will give you the tools that you need to be able to take back control in a really positive, win-win for everyone. You know, the saying, rising tide lifts all boats. It will have a massive impact at everyone in your organization to come and learn really about data and what data you should be collecting and looking at, as well as narrative, and then how to actually approach these conversations in a really positive way and make some really great gains because of them, rather than being locked in fear of what's going to happen if you do have those conversations.
Absolutely. Well, I am so excited. It's a beautiful time of year in the Pacific Northwest, June, July, August, gorgeous time to be visiting. So we've got a great location, an amazing group coming together. Steph, I can't wait for you to be out here in person. 2 more months. We're counting down.
I'm
Thank
really
you for
excited to be
joining.
there. I'm excited.
All right. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, everyone.